Okay, so hey guys. This is Trio Talks. I'm Yassine Basim. Here we have Juan Corbio. I hope I pronounced that correct. Who got accepted into Grinnell. So can you introduce yourself to us?
Of course. Well, my full name is Juan Diego Carpio, so people here they just call me Juan Diego. I'm originally from Lima, Peru, and I mean I've lived there my whole life. So I came here as an international student. Uh, I mean I was really interested in economics. That's a field that I really liked. So when I searched for good schools for economics, for the economics major, and also I wanted to play for a tennis team. I used to play national tournaments at Peru. So I was really interested in a good school, tennis wise and also academically.
Amazing. So, given by your university, I guess you had some pretty good stats in high school. So, can you tell us your GPA, SAT, or ACT scores?
Yeah, sure. Well, at high school, my high school was pretty weird because we had this Peruvian system in which have like four letter grades. It's not here in the like as the US, but I got mostly A's and A pluses. It was called ADs, but I think that there were two conversions. So in the first one I had a 8.2 out of 10 GPA, but
Mhm.
if you take like my letter grades, I had like a 3.98 GPA. My almost all my grades were A at high school. It wasn't weighted GPA, so it was not like really useful for my application. That's why I need to take the SAT. This is cool. Grinnell, it's a test optional, but it was a really good idea to take it. So yeah,
Amazing.
I got a 1460 on the SAT, and I just took it once.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Okay. So, uh, what was your college list? So, like, how did you decide which universities you want to apply to as a Okay. So, what was your college list? So, like, how did you decide which universities you want to apply to as an international student?
Yeah, so I was basically looking for um strong schools academically, and also it was really useful to talk to the coaches because then I could see how was the team. So basically I had like this I was working with an agency and they helped me to filter which schools were good for me. So I applied to like a lot of the schools, like Illinois Tech or UT Dallas, which were like really big schools. And I also applied to some smaller schools like Grinnell or Bates that were liberal arts, but they were really good at economics. So that's how basically I decided to apply here.
Amazing. You mentioned an agency, so can you tell us more about it or any
Yeah,
counselors you used?
yeah. So my high school is was not really focused on sending students internationally, because it's really recognized to send the majority of the class to colleges at Peru. So I didn't know how to apply or like the process in general. And also I wanted to play tennis for a college. So what I did is I used this company. It was called USP, and they helped me basically talking to the coaches and looking in general to the whole process, the whole part of the SAT. They gave me a tutor so I could study with him, and it really helped me to the process of applying.
Amazing. Okay, so when did you start preparing for your application and how did you organize your time?
Yeah, so I started about it was 2023. I started preparing for the SAT about like May, June probably. I took it in August, and it was just one time. Fortunately, got a good score, and that was enough for me. I also took the TOEFL test for English. As international students, you need to have like a good
Uh,
score. So that I took it also around those dates. And I also started working on my essays just after my SAT. So it was like August, and then yeah, yeah, August, October, November. I applied early action to three schools. I applied to Allegheny College. I applied to which one? Oh, RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and I think that it was Illinois Tech. So those three schools I applied on early action, sorry.
Yeah.
And then
Bro,
after that, I applied regular decision to University of Rochester, Grinnell College, uh, Bates, and a lot of like other schools. That was in January.
did you get into any of them?
Yeah, I got into UT Dallas. I got a really good scholarship at UT Dallas.
Hmm.
I also got into Illinois Tech with merit scholarship and honors program. I got into um, Allegheny College too with an honors scholarship. Um, and then yeah, I think mainly that I got
So
waitlisted
yeah,
from
so
Brandeis.
why did you choose Grinnell in specific?
Yeah, so I decided Grinnell because I really like it was really strong academically. I heard that the classes were small, and that's a thing that I liked. And then I also chose Grinnell because the tennis team, I heard that was really nice. We are ranked nationally on D3, which is really nice because we used to play the NCAAs, and I saw a really good team. I had the opportunity to talk to some guys, and it was really nice to meet them. And and after that, I decided to come here because I felt that it was a challenge to go to an academically rigorous school, but I think it was a really good opportunity. So yeah, that's basically what I decided with now.
Amazing. Do you have your personal statement on you? And do you have your personal statement on you? And are you willing to share it?
My essay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I can. Right. Yeah, here it is. I talked about um my background, like the topic was students' background, identity, interest, or talent that is meaningful, that they believe that it should be part of their application. So yeah, share a story about it. I basically in 2022, do you want me to read the essay or
That'd be
explain it to
perfect if
me?
you can share it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I can give you co-host. Wait, I think you can share now.
Like share it through the chat.
No, there's like a share button, and
Oh, sure. I was always the kind of person who dreamed big, a magnitude so great that as a kid I was convinced I could achieve anything. I set my sights on becoming the richest person in the world. Every year, for birthdays, Christmas, and special events, I always hoped to be given money. And true to my word, I rarely spent a single cent of what I received because I had this unshakable feeling that everything I saved was destined to be something much bigger. And boy, it was. The blaring sound of my obnoxious alarm clock rang. It was 7 a.m., and online classes were starting. A day like any other, immersed in the monotony of the longer than expected quarantine during COVID by the Peruvian government. I joined the Google Meet and connected to another app to chat with my friends. Suddenly, an insignificant comment from my friend Mariano caught my attention. He talked about his friend from Venezuela who's doing well with a new business. I started researching, now doing three things at the same time, and unintentionally I found the gem in the midst of all the pandemic uncertainty, the cryptocurrency mining business. To be honest, at that time, I had no idea what I was doing. I watched some YouTube videos and didn't get anywhere. In confinement, I was forced to leave my passion, tennis. There were no training sessions, There were no jokes with friends, and I couldn't even see their faces because of the mask we all wore. I found myself confronting not only the many challenges imposed by the pandemic, but also a newfound lack of purpose. But due to this bored sadness, I began to put so much effort into my own project. I started creating a budget in Excel, investigated the theoretical framework, and learned how to assemble the rigs. The combination of technology, finance, and the possibility to leverage an emerging market, which aligned my long-term goals of becoming a young entrepreneur, was very exciting. Eventually, the paperwork was signed and it became reality with my dad's support. This was a first step for my future interest in investments and economics. But also, and maybe more importantly, it was a topic to discuss around the dinner table and a new partnership in which my dad and I could connect like never before. Luckily for me, being a young entrepreneur has a lot of overlap with being a competitive athlete. I found out that both pursuits demand a constant commitment to continuous improvement. So I started to change my daily habits in order to develop effective time management, resilience, and hunger for success, which was never which was the key to reaching my goals. For a start, I resumed my activities at the gym after some sedentary months, which provided me with an immense sense of relaxation. Subsequently, I reorganized my agenda, allocating time to my various activities in an organized and clear manner. Also, I cleared my desk, which was my workplace, to have a better predisposition to do my online classes and monetize my mining platforms. 1 year post-closure of the mining business with a $7,000 profit, I still have to face many other challenges in my life. This year, I had the opportunity to play two finals of the tennis national tournaments, learn how to manage a portfolio through the options market for the first time while staying focused on my last year in school, and of course, looking to college. Curiously, this experience has influenced my choice of major, as I now plan to pursue a degree in economics, where I can build on my entrepreneurial background. But most importantly, this experience has taught me that in the business, as a sports, as in life, the key is perseverance and a feeling that a better future is possible if you're willing to work for it.
That's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it just like really connects.
Yeah, I decided basically I was looking for topics for my essay, and it this topic like it really came to my mind because I felt that it was a great experience. Yeah, as I said, like I was in the pandemic, everything was boring. In Peru, it really hit like really hard. We had about 2 years of pandemic, like we were
Yeah.
confined for a lot of time. And yeah, it was crazy for me because I couldn't see my friends or my family or do tennis. So suddenly like all the things that you do like in your normal day or your habits, it's already changed. So that's why like I already changed my mind in so many things in that time and I decided to do something else. So yeah, basically this project was really nice. I did it with my dad. It was on 2022, I think. No, 2021 probably. Yeah, I started on 2021 and I started working on it because my dad, he always wants to do like stuff. He works on some like businesses of selling for hospitals at Peru, but he always wants to do some like other stuff. He likes to do Airbnb and all this stuff. And he was talking to me like, we should do a project or something. So I looked for this topic of cryptocurrency mining, which was really new for me. And I started like searching, and then it went really well. I did it with my dad for about 2 years. And apart from like the money, which was a good part, definitely, but apart from that, it really helped me to bond with him. And also really like caught my attention and I started really liking in general the field of business and economics and finance. Right now I'm more focused on finance. I really like it and it's really nice. This happened to me like a lot of time ago, but I feel that it has like impact so much my life.
That's really touching. Okay. So what do you think was like the unique angle or like the method that made you stand out the most?
Well, I feel that. what helped me, at least like in the essay part, it was that it was real. So it was not like when I did it, it was not like just as an extracurricular for college or whatever. Like I was just trying to do something that I liked. And that's what really helped me because when I needed to put it on paper, it was just talking about what happened and the reality of it, you know. And I think that I tried to do it the best as possible to put all the emotions that I had in that moment and all the things that happened to explain better. You have just 650 words to explain basically who you are. So putting something real that represents you, I think that that's what helped me the most.
Amazing. Uh, okay. How did you approach your supplemental essays? Do you have them on you?
Yeah, I have maybe I have some of them. I can look for it. I mean, here are my applications to all the colleges. Allegheny, Bates, Brandeis, Carleton, Grinnell, Illinois Tech, John Hopkins. Uh, I mean, we can read whoever like you want.
Okay, let's go with Grinnell, or like
All right.
however the one that you feel like was like really connecting.
I mean, I really liked. I'm trying to remember. University of Rochester was nice, I think. We can maybe go there. I think that it's oh yeah, here it is. All right. This essay, okay, I can read it. It's about basically it's about talking about some core values. So the University of Rochester, at that moment, I don't know if it still does it, but it asks you to basically select some of the core values that that represent the University of Rochester and how do you align with them. So yeah, this was basically about some volunteer work that I did. After a long day of lifting and sorting boxes of donations, I raised my hand, bewildered by a disconcerting realization. Professor, what's the point of asking for donations every year if they will end up in a room and not in the hands of a child in need? The catalyst for this reflection was our first visit to Pebal, a local nonprofit supporting young children in San Juan de Miraflores. Hours earlier, when we arrived, I cautiously opened a creaky door. To my surprise, there was a messy and chaotic room overflowing with all type of clothes. We started a plan for organizing and distributing the clothes to families in need when I suddenly found a polo shirt that had been donated over 10 years ago and was never distributed. I was stunned, upset. Coming from Latin America, an area of the world rife with economic disparities and related prejudice, how was this possible? Clearly, the problem here was in logistics, so we got to work. By the end of the day, we had categorized over 2,000 items of clothing, making them accessible and ensuring they reached their recipients. To achieve a true change, you have to understand the root of the problem and put into action the Meliora motor values rather than just going through the motions. As I look forward to being part of the University of Rochester community, I am excited to continue to embrace this spirit to develop and share a drive to serve others.
Amazing.
Yeah, basically this essay was about some work that we did about volunteering. And then I realized that the problem, like in that specific case at Peval, it was in Lima, was not the donations. Like the donations part was already covered, but the problem was the logistics because they didn't have enough staff to manage all the donations and to send them to people in need. So in this essay, I was talking about how did we change that in this project, in this volunteer project, to help the part of volunteering rather than just giving away clothes or whatever. Because I feel that sometimes, especially when you're like doing volunteering, many people just focus on the materials, but they don't focus on really helping in the logistics. And in this case, it was crazy for me. We found a lot of stuff that was donated many years ago and it was never distributed. And that cloth can make a real difference, especially in the poor parts of Peru when it's really cold. Uh, a jacket can make a difference between a person living or dying because of the cold, you know? And seeing so many clothing items not distributed, it was just crazy for me. So that's why I decided to talk about that in this essay.
Amazing. That's really like the things that I like about your essays is just they're real. They're not necessarily poetic, but they're just really like connecting. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
This essay, I really like it.
Yeah. Can you is there another one? Yeah.
Yeah, there's another one.
Can you read it?
All right, this is about there's embrace intersectionality for identity and create their own individual correct curricular path and experience. What qualities and experiences make you the best version of yourself? What unique elements of your background, perspective, and experiences will you bring to our community? All right, so this essay was 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. The beeps keep growing faster and faster, awakening my competitive spirit. The Navet test, a multi-stage fitness test, was more than just an exercise. It was an opportunity to embrace my inner athlete. Even if the coach told me to relax on this performance test, there were three more competitors on the track, so I needed to do my best. When I faced a challenging goal, I feel the same drive to push myself to do my utmost in academic, athletic, and personal aspects. Now, as a high school graduate, I'm eager to take the next step in my life by embracing Stickland's words to capitalize on interdisciplinary courses and reach my new horizons, combining my interest in economics and research. By measuring in the study of stocks and financial markets, I'd like to use real-world problem solving and approach state-of-the-art strategies in order to implement AI in the economy. Ultimately, as a student athlete of the varsity tennis team, I want to surpass my current limits with hard work, based on my perseverance and competitiveness, to promote a culture of resilience among my fellow teammates and peers, hoping to foster a better community.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Uh,
this in this essay I just talked about my competitive spirit basically, and gave an example at the start just to catch attention, you know.
Amazing. Okay. Yeah. I didn't get it much, but like I didn't get the last part.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but overall, like I really like it.
Yeah, sure.
Amazing. Is there like any other essays that you think were like really, really good? Can you share us?
Uh, I mean, maybe the John Hopkins one. I got rejected from this school. I got into University of Rochester, but here I like the essay, even though it was not like
Yeah.
my final. So yeah, uh, yeah. So this essay is basically similar. It's talking about the same experience as the University of Rochester one,
Yeah.
but it's about like about how John Hopkins like they asked me about some specific I don't remember exactly, but some specific skills, and I basically put um the examples that I used before to like fit the things that they were asking basically in this supplemental essay. That's what I did. So you want me to read it?
Uh, I think it's like combining like the both of the essays
Yeah,
for
yeah, it's
Rochester,
more
right?
it's yeah, it's basically combining and it's different. I changed like a lot of the ideas because I gave it a different look just to fit better with John Hopkins. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and yeah, can you like explain how you did that and why, for example, choose this sentence in John Hopkins instead of that other sentence in Rochester? I think that's going to be
Yeah, yeah,
really
sure.
beneficial.
I feel that for like doing the essays, especially what helped me was that I was trying to fit on what the school was looking. And you can see that there's a type of a student basically at University of Rochester and John Hopkins. I feel that both University of Rochester and John Hopkins are research focused, so that's why I could use the same topics. But in this supplemental essay, what I did is basically change some of the words because, for example, here I use the motto, being men and women for others. And this main motto is about my school, but I also think that it connects to the idea of John Hopkins, like their purpose of helping others. It's always present, right? So
Yeah.
that's basically what I added this part, for example. And also I talked about my formation more in this essay, mainly because I had the opportunity to uh write more. This essay was you could like it was about 400 words probably, 350. The other one was about 200. So I wanted to use this extra space to talk about my formation as a student and all my experiences as an athlete and as a student, and why I thought that both valuable skills would be useful at John Hopkins to be a good student there. At the end of the day, what they want is a good student, and if you can show the school that you're a good student and a good athlete, and you are gonna fit with their student population, that's what basically you're trying to do. So that's what I did here. I changed some stuff and yeah, I changed some sentences. I added some stuff. For example, here I said this same spirit has shaped my personality since I was a child, pursuing me to strive for the best in all aspects of my life. And basically, I feel that this sentence, for example, it shows how I'm trying to be the best in everything that I do. And I think that that fits with John Hopkins students. They're really good at academics. Their tennis team is really strong, so that shows that they are really committed to be great at what they're doing. And that's what I was trying to do when I was
Amazing. Yeah.
doing this essay. Hmm.
Yeah. Like I noticed the actual things like really. I think for the John Hopkins, he like made it more into like leadership.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
More leadership, more formation. Uh, yeah, more about my experiences from the past and how they reflected me as a student, right? Hmm.
Amazing. Yeah.
In the University of Rochester, it was more about specific values because that's also what they were asking. In University of Rochester, they were asking about the skills. Here, they were asking more about my background in general.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's really beneficial. Amazing. Are there any other essays?
I mean, I don't think so because my Grinnell one, it's not here because the essay was you needed to submit it at the web page.
Yeah.
So I don't have it anymore because I don't have access to that account.
Okay.
But yeah, basically those are mainly the writing supplements that I wrote. Uh, Mostly the other ones that I filled were about were more about why this is cool, right? For example, at Illinois Tech or at I think that maybe New York, like it was more about why you would like to go to that school, right? So what I put first, it was tennis, basically, because that's the thing that I really put more work into. I did 19 hours, 48 weeks per year, all the grades basically. So it was
Mm-hmm.
international and national competitive player. I was ranked number 11 at Peruvian's ranking under 18s. And under 16, I was ranked 211 at South America, like in the continent. I was two
Yeah.
times national double finalist, and I represented Peru on international tours, especially COSAT and ITF. Then the second one is manager of New York stocks portfolio, personal finances and investments. I work with a company, Recall Capital SAC, to do some finance to work on the New York stock market. So I invested. This was also a project with my dad, and I invested initially about $7,000. That was a profit, and we made about 15% average yearly revenue, working on MetaTrader 5. I worked with this company. It was really, really nice. I did it about 1 year and a half probably, and it was a really great experience, especially because I could connect and work on finance, which is something that I wanted to do. So I had the opportunity to experiment a little bit about it, which was really nice.
Amazing.
Then another one about athletics. This was a competitor in national interclubs tournaments in Peru. So yeah, basically we were finalists uh out of all the clubs in Peru, and I played position number 3 out of 6. And then we have community service. I was a volunteer and social supporter at Pebal Inmaculada. I talked about this in my essay. So
Yeah.
there was assisted and promoted the recollection and distribution of the nations. We benefit 102 kids. And then co-president of the entrepreneurship club. We had this club. I started it with another guy. Um, and I was co-president, so we promoted the entrepreneurship, personal development, reading, and field and freestyle, especially for the 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. I also did another community service as a volunteer and social support, helping at workshops. That was a really nice experience. It was my first time doing volunteering, and um, it was really nice to work with kids. And we actually did a soccer workshop where we played soccer with them, and we brought like different materials. Another time we did an art workshop in which we brought a lot of materials, and they had the opportunity to paint and to develop their artistic skills. And these people from El Agostino, they're marginalized communities in Lima, so there was a really great opportunity to give these kids the opportunity to develop other skills rather than mainly these kids work, even if they're like 10 years old or 12 years old. They need to work, they barely go to school. So that was really nice.
Mm,
Then,
I see.
yes, drone pilot, that was a personal hobby, but I I like to fly my drone. I still do it. Now I have over 100 flights, but yeah, I'm an experienced DJI drone pilot. And I didn't add it here, but I am proficient in Adobe Premiere, and yeah, so that was really nice. Oh yeah, I put it here. I was a content creator also um some years ago. I had a YouTube channel, and I put it here basically. And then I was winner of the first place of writing. This is a writing competition. Yeah, writing and art competition for 3 years, 3 consecutive years, and in 2022 too. So
That's amazing. Is that like
mhm.
a national writing competition?
It's about no, it's in my school. It's about 120 kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really nice. I also did Kumon for many years. I read put ninth year because I stopped going to Kumon, but I started
I'm not
since
familiar
two.
with Come On. Is it?
Yeah, it's a math institute where you basically practice math. It's apart from high school, and I
Yeah.
did it so many years that I was really like advanced. When I was like in ninth year, I could do stuff from like 12th year or 11th year. So yeah, that was really nice. I received the
Amazing.
medal of advanced student 2 times.
That's really, really good. I noticed
Those were
like
my activities.
most of like your activities are also like it's just more like touching stuff. So it's just
Hmm.
yeah, it's more about you. So like tennis, volunteer, it shows like stuff you really, really like, other than just stuff you do to get into college.
Hmm. Yeah, and this is our my honors. I think that counts as extracurriculars, maybe. I don't know.
So,
Uh, yeah. So for honors, well, I put this is the national tournaments. I was 2 times doubles finalist under 18. I also got the honor roll, notable performance in school years as a responsibility 2022. I got honor roll in 2021 for perseverance, organization, and responsibility. I was finalist in the school science fair, research project growth of canary bears and yellow potatoes, and I got a recognition for outstanding performance in the academic area of letters and science.
Easy.
Hmm.
The last one, is it like a is it in your school?
Yeah, this was in my school, basically the student that got the higher grade on letters and science got this recognition. Hmm. It was in
Amazing.
ninth grade, so it was
Okay.
in freshman year of high school.
Yeah. So how did you balance between your academics and extracurriculars?
It was it was really tough for some times because, you know, I practice tennis over 3 hours per day, but I think that what really helped me was to manage my time and also be really consistent in the classes. I felt that a lot of people just like were messing around, and I did it that like sometimes, obviously, but I was always trying to focus and to do my work, and I was always trying to get my work done on school, especially on the courses that I didn't manage that well, you know. For example, for history, I think that we had a pretty tough class of history, so we had like a lot of stuff to study. I used to like study during class, pay attention, and then I could like do it while I was going to practice. For example, I could read sometimes and keep like studying if I needed to. Also, for example, for communications, we had a lot of assignments, and basically what helped me was using my free time to do those activities, to do those assignments whenever I had the opportunity to, and do it with time so that I was not struggling at the last moment. um I think that at least in my high school my math class was not really difficult for me, mainly because I studied that before at Kumon. So that was really helpful because, for example, I remember that when I was studying for the SAT, I used a lot of Khan Academy. And what I did was I started studying for the SAT instead of paying attention to the class because the class was stuff that I already knew. So that what really helped me was also having a good phase um, before having studied before in other like institutes, for example. It helped me
Yeah.
because I could like use that time for other stuff, and that was really useful.
Amazing. Do you think it like taxing coaches from colleges helped you get in?
Sorry, what?
You think like taxing the coaches you said you mentioned you went to contacted some coaches from colleges, right?
Hmm.
Um, how would you like you recommend people doing that if you like they're currently still playing unprofessionally? And do you
Hmm.
think that this really helps getting in?
I mean, for I at least I was applying when I decided to apply to I applied mainly to D3 schools because you can see that on D1 and on D3 they're really good schools academically. On
Mhm.
D2 they're a little bit lower. So, if you're an athlete and you are really an outstanding athlete, like top three or top five in the country, it depends on the sport, obviously, but I think that it can really help to to communicate to the coaches because they can help you, especially in D1. But for D3, I feel that it's really important to have also strong academic performance to get into good schools. And that's what helped me in my case. Definitely tennis helped me, but it was because showing that you have some passion on something and that you give a lot of time on it, it always helps. So so yeah, I think that if you are doing a sport and professionally, it depends on the level where you are. If you're a high performance athlete, you can aim to a lot of D1 schools and that could help you a lot. If you're not, you can also use it because having and doing a sport constantly can be really helpful to show schools how you're a disciplined person. Because of course, sports require a lot of discipline and and I think that really helps. So it depends on your level, but I think that if you're a ranked player, uh, top 50, for example, I think that it really helps, especially for D3 schools. It really helped me to show how determined I am on the stuff that I like.
Amazing. Okay. Uh, do you have any advice for students who feel like their extracurriculars aren't just enough?
Yeah, of course. I feel that for extracurriculars, it's really important to find something that you like, and especially uh, work on something that you really think that it's impactful in some way. In my case, for extracurriculars, I did a lot of volunteering, but I did it not because I wanted to do it for college, but because I felt that I was doing a real change. And that helps you because you can not only use it on your application, but it also helps you to know yourself better. And you can also use that knowledge to for your essays, whatever, supplemental or personal. So I feel that if you are struggling with extracurriculars, a good advice would be start early first so you can find something that you can like because it's not that easy, you know. Like sometimes you don't know what to do. So starting early really helps. And whenever you find something that you really like, stick with it, work on it. You can work on some project, you can work on there's a lot of stuff to do, right? It depends on your context, on your background.
Yeah.
And even like after getting into college, I still want to do more stuff. Like right now I'm running a project with the Wilson Center here. And that's the reason why I decided to go to Grinnell because it really helps the students to continue their projects through college. So right now I'm working on a project to help people and to do like a financial and business workshop on this same place on El Agustino because the institution El Peval, which I worked for
Yeah.
volunteering many years ago, they had a project for helping women and marginalized communities to develop their businesses, but the financial part, they got canceled. They didn't got the money from the institutions that they were expected to, so they needed to cancel the project. So some months ago, I talked to the president of this organization, and I talked to him because right now we have this Wilson Center here at Grinnell where it gives money to students to do their projects at their hometowns or whatever. So I talked to him and I could talk to the Wilson Center. And right now I'm working on a project and I'm trying to get uh, a grant to apply and to do this project right now. Even if like I'm not applying to college or anything, of course I already like I'm a first year student, but even after I still use those extracurriculars from the past to keep like doing stuff in the present. And I think that that's what really helped me.
Amazing. That's really
Mhm.
good. Uh, and I think that's one of the things that made you stand out is you can feel it's uh and I think that's one of the things that made you stand out is you can feel it's like you really wanted to help and you really want to put it like forward because everything you mentioned in your essays was also in your extracurriculars, and I guess it was also in your letters of rec, right?
In my letters of recommendation, I don't exactly know what my professors could, but I know that they were more focused on academic performance. I asked my math professor because I knew, like in my letters of rec, I knew that my math professor would give me a good letter of recommendation because I'm a really good student. I I got like 100% on all the exams that I took with him. So that's why I knew that it was gonna be a good letter of recommendation. So I think that mainly my essays and my extracurriculars were kind of similar because I felt that I could explain better what I did on my like in my circulators on my essays. And for my letters of rec, I tried to I tried to be more focused on my academics to explain what was behind those grades that were already good. If
Amazing.
you
Okay.
like, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Do you have any like interviews for universities?
Interviews, yeah, I had an interview for University of Rochester.
Okay, how did you prepare for them?
Yeah, so basically I look like on Google, some general questions. I I really thought that it would be more focused on myself, like academically, but surprisingly, it was like the interview was more focused on like emotional parts, and also was really focused on what they like your learning process. So basically, the interviewer was were asking me questions about how was the learning process of this project, for example, Pebal. What did you learn from it? What can you say that it was like most impactful for you? She also asked me about like if you need to describe yourself 4 years ago and now that you're already graduated from high school, like what would it what did you learn from like that path, right? So it was a lot about learning and about all the opportunities that I had and how did I manage to to graduate from high school and what I learned from it. And not only from high school, but from like all the activities, right? From tennis, from volunteering, from the stocks market, and from all my projects.
Amazing. Okay, so
Mhm.
this is a section I like the most. Uh, okay, what is something you wish you had done? Uh, okay, what is something you wish you had done differently in your application? If you can just like point at something on your application and just change it right now.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that I like before. I think that one mistake that I made definitely was starting late. I started really late with my applications. Fortunately, I did some stuff before, and that's why the stuff that I did, it was not for like applying to college. It was just because I wanted to do it. So that really
Yeah,
helped. But I think that the stuff that I did, it was because I like it, but it was not like I could have done more stuff if I knew that I was applying for college. So I I should have started earlier. Um, I had like this like discussion in my head about like going to school in Peru or going to school in the US. So I didn't know, so I was not preparing at all. So I think that what I would change was preparing before to get like stronger extracurriculars. I think that my extracurriculars were really strong, but I think that maybe more impactful, like stuff that could like be more like surprising for the colleges, like doing something with my math knowledge, for example, doing some competition or doing some project on finance, not only working on the stocks market, could have helped me to get a stronger extracurriculars. And it was like just based on my knowledge, but I just didn't do it because I didn't know that I didn't start it early in my applications. Um, for my essays, I think that it was really strong. I can't like complain about anything about it. But one thing that I wish that like I don't regret, but I think that I could have tried to get more uh like more give it more tries to my SAT. When I got my result, it was a 1460. I was happy with it, and my family was happy with it, and we were all happy, but I just tried once. I could have tried more times and maybe get like a better result, like over 1500s.
yeah,
Um it's just a thing that I didn't do it because in that time I was more focused on doing other stuff like preparing for my essays. And that's why I think that preparing earlier could have been like but much better because I would I would have like more time to do my essays and to prepare for the SAT, maybe to take it twice. I couldn't do it because at that time I had a lot of essays to write and I didn't have time to study for the SAT and also do the essays, right? So
yeah,
I wish I could just like start it earlier. Hmm.
yeah. I remember I interviewed someone who started 2 years prior. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Mm,
started I started about I started on May, April. So it was
April.
six months prior, eight
Okay, yeah.
months. It
I mean, that's
wasn't
yeah,
like
that's pretty good. That's not like
mhm.
super late, but yeah. But like considering
Uh-huh.
you didn't take the ACT at the time, it's probably
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bit
I took
late.
the
Yeah,
SAT on August.
yeah.
Hmm.
Now it's late. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So I assume you reviewed some applications, right?
Uh, yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah. So what are some of the most like common mistakes you saw applicants make, and how do you think they should avoid them?
Hmm. Yeah. On applications, I mean, I see that uh, there are a lot of like different types of students, of course. Uh, like personally, I think that, for example, I have like really close friends that also play tennis and are also playing for like school in the US, and they don't have like strong extracurriculars, for example. They focus just on tennis and they think that it's enough being an athlete and applying to college. But if you want to go to a strong academically school with a low acceptance rate, they're gonna also ask you for more stuff for extracurriculars. And I think that that's really important. I have this friend from Peru. He's one of my best friends that also play tennis. He had 1380 on the SAT. He was playing tennis for Grinnell, and he had like really good grades at school, but he didn't have any extracurriculars apart from tennis, and he got rejected like last week. And I think
Okay.
that it was because he didn't have like enough activities to show the type of person that he was. At the end of the day, like admissions is just looking through a paper. They can't see you as a person. So what you're trying to do, even if you're like a good person and you have like a lot of goals and many things, you need to put that on paper. And a good way to do it is to have strong extracurriculars. So I think that that's a thing that I've seen a lot because I know that, well, obviously getting good GPAs, getting good rankings, uh, getting good SATs helps, of course, right? But yeah.
Yeah. That's really sad. Did he get
Yeah.
rejected in AD,
He got rejected on no, it was RD.
or G? Oh, yeah.
RD, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Transitioning to your college life. How has like the first year at Grinnell been?
Oh, it has been really nice. I mean, when I came to school, I had like a lot of expectations, of course. What I really like here is that there are many international students. I've met so many people from different places, so that was a great experience. The tennis team was really nice. It's really nice. I mean, they're really good people, and that's a thing that I really like because being part of the team and being always like together, it has been a nice experience. Academically, I think that this school in general, it's really hard. It has really hard courses, especially for computer science. But I feel that if you need to really like know how to manage your time, and the majority of the people here, they already know how to do that because they did it in high school. This is just a level, like a different level of difficulty. But what really helped me was that I was used to struggle with time because I was also like practicing, like I was always practicing tennis and I didn't have enough time to do my homework. So that's the thing that I already did it like before coming to college. So when I came here, it was just another level of difficulty. But what really helped me was that I was already prepared to do it. And in general, like the college experience has been really nice. I think that what was really impactful for me was that this school is located in a remote town. Grinnell is like a small town in Iowa. So it has been a nice experience. I come from a really big city. Lima has over 8 million people, and here we
Wow.
have around 10,000 people in the
Wow. Yeah.
whole town. So it's a radical change, but it's really nice. It's a really calm place, and if you're looking for, at least it's what I like, this college is what I was looking for. a good school academically, of course, with strong departments. Uh, Now I've decided to double major. I didn't know it before. Now I'm a economics and computer science double major. So
Oh,
both
that's
departments
I
are
think
really
that's hard.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, both departments are really nice academically. It's hard, but it's good, you know. That's what I was looking for. And yeah, tennis wise is really nice. So yeah, that's what I can say about my college life. It's really busy though. Um, that's a thing that, especially for midterms or for finals week, like before finals week, of course, you're really busy, but that's how it is.
I like your motto.
Yeah.
Amazing. Do you have any final words of encouragement for students who might be feeling discouraged right now?
Yeah, I think that all the works like pay off. Even like when you're not seeing results like at the moment, you know, like always working hard through the things that you want, like that's always important and helpful. And I mean, from a start, I just wanted to play tennis. I wanted to play good tennis. I practice a lot. That helped me a lot. Uh, on like during school, I just wanted to do good, you know, and that helped me to give effort on the things that I really wanted to do. So yeah, that's basically what I would encourage. Sometimes you feel really tired. You feel that you don't want to do anything. You know, just want to lie in bed and just rest. But sometimes it's good to stand up and do whatever you need to do, you know. Um, for me and for college at least, it has really helped me a lot to maintain a balance between academics and sports. I really like to go to the gym. I really like to play tennis and to do other stuff apart from academics. And that's why I think that I can have a breathe from all the courses and all the tasks and all the homeworks. And that's really helpful. I mean, yeah, that's what it helped me. It helped me a lot, and I would advise people to always like do um do something like sports related. It has been really useful. If you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed about applications or whatever, um, you can get a new hobby. You can always do something else, you know, and rest a little bit because I know that college applications are real stressful. So just enjoy the process and do other stuff that maybe can help you to deal with the stress and all the anxiety and all the stuff that is related to college, you know, applying especially.
Amazing. This was a really, really good interview. I really, really like it.
Thanks.
I mean, it was just really unique and it had like a very unique insight to it. Okay, do you want to join our WhatsApp community?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can send me the link.
Yeah, okay, amazing. So yeah, so this was Tree Talks. It was Juan Diego Carpio. Did I pronounce that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So see you later. I want to do like